Hare Krishna. Welcome to the series of discussing Vastu Shastra. So, in today's video, we'll be discussing about the Vastu Mandala. Om Ajnanathmirandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshurun Mulitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So in our previous video we discussed about the introductory part of Vastu, how this concept of Vastu has come into existence and the history about it. So today we shall look into the Vastu Mandala. So here you can see in this diagram, as we discussed last week, the living entity who was created from the body of Lord Shiva, he was pushed down to the earth and he fell with his face down to the earth. And as we discussed, all the demigods sat on top of him. So this is the diagram, this is a mandala which actually represents which demigods pressed the body of Vastu Purusha, and that is what actually formed the mandala. So you can see from the top near the head the Shikhi, then we go in the clockwise direction, goes Parjanya, Jayanta, Indra, Surya, Satya, Vrisha. So in this way we go all around, and then in the center there is Brahma, and then there are four primary demigods surrounding him. So in this way, this is the typical Vastu Mandala, and this represents the different limbs of Vastu Purusha. So whenever a building or a structure is constructed, the ideal desirable construction should be the square or rectangular. And even in the rectangular, ideally it should be not more than 1:2. So 1 can be from east to west and 2 could be from north to south. So this is the typically desirable mandala or the design of the structure. Now some extensions are allowed in the Vastu Mandala. When you are doing construction as per the Vastu principles, some extensions are allowed, but those extensions are allowed only near northeast corner, near the head of Vastu Purusha. And there are also certain rules for that we'll be discussing in our forthcoming videos, but today we'll just look into the basics. So this is the typical Vastu Purusha Mandala, and this is very much synonymous to the human body, like our body. So you see, northeast portion, the head is supposed to be the place where there should be lightness. So if you're constructing something, that area should be kind of a living area. And similarly, the right portion of the human body is supposed to be predominantly the Agni Kshetra, or the fiery element are more prominent in the right side of the body, especially the right arm and right leg. So similarly in the Vastu Purusha, the right side of his body, since he's lying facing ground, so southeast portion just below northeast where it says Anila in the corner, that portion is supposed to be predominantly fiery zone. So from Shikhi till mid of Surya would be the northeast portion. Similarly from Shikhi to mid of Soma in the north side, you will see that will be considered northeast portion. And from mid of Surya to Anila would be considered southeast. So kitchen can come in any of those places near that area. And then from mid of Yama in the south side to the what is that? Pitragana, Pitris. So that is the southwest corner. So from mid of Yama to Pitrigana, and from Pitrigana to mid of Jaladipa is actually the portion called southwest, and that is predominantly very much desirable to have a bedroom there. Bedroom or some storage kind of thing could come there. And from mid of Jaladipa to Roga, and from Roga to Soma is considered northwest portion. That's ideal for creating another bedroom, bathrooms, children's room. They're the ideal places. Preferably the center of the home called Brahmasthana. You see that where it says Brahma, that's called Brahmasthana, where Lord Brahma was sitting. That is supposed to be, if preferably, open space again. Now, all these 4 zones are ruled by certain elements. Now we know this body, human body is also predominantly the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Same thing is very much applicable here as well. So northeast, the head of the Vastu Purusha is predominantly water element. It's a watery element. And southeast is fiery element. Southwest is earthly element. Northwest is airy element. And center of the home is ethereal. So it's in ideal Vastu home, it's very much recommended to center of the home where it says Brahmasthana should be open to the sky. In very ancient homes in India, if you see, they used to have veranda in the center of the home. They will have all 4 directions, the rooms, but the center will be veranda, which will be open to the sky. They generally will typically have a tulsi plant there, and children would play inside that veranda. It won't be a backyard or front yard. They would have front yard, backyard as well, but typically children would play inside the veranda. So that used to be the typical, construction. But in today's day and age, it may not be practical because the homes, that constructions that we have, they are not very much, space oriented. They're very much, conscious of shrinking the space. So we will look into the forthcoming videos about how to look for a practical aspect of it. But here are some things which are very important to understand. So whenever we are looking into buying or constructing a home, we should make sure that we plan in such a way that our home should typically look square or rectangular. Now here you can see a couple of diagrams. Here you can see that the feet of the Vastu Purusha are missing, or the leg portion, or in this particular diagram you see the head of the Vastu Purusha is broken. So this is called the broken Vastu Mandala. You will see most of the architectural designs in modern homes, they have zigzag homes like this. And these are not very much recommended. This is like breaking the limbs of Vastu Purusha. And again, remind you, the Vastu Purusha is a person who reciprocates with the residents of the home through that building, through the structure. He reciprocates with people living in that home or occupying that space, whether it's for living purpose or for working purpose as an office building. So if we have his head missing, that indicates that people in that space, utilizing that space, would not be making intelligent decisions. The decisions would be as if they don't have any intelligence. Intelligence would be missing. That means failures. Their decisions would orient them or drag them to the failures in life. And also people who are, spiritually oriented, missing of head represents pollution of the intelligence. That means they can be polluted in their character, in their mind, in their intelligence, and they could, create chaos. Similarly, missing feet means feet are the source of stability. We cannot stand properly if we don't have the feet. So the broken southwest portion or missing southwest portion means a person or people who are living in that space will lack in stability in life. So in this way, every space, every portion of the Vastu Purusha's limbs represents certain setbacks. So moving into or buying into a home which is having broken limbs of Vastu Purusha generally means you are inviting certain kind of reciprocation from Vastu Purusha, which would be detrimental for the material life, which directly or sometimes indirectly impacts the spiritual practices of especially devotees. So this is actually very crucial to understand that whenever we especially buy a new home or planning for constructing our own home, we make sure that the limbs of the Vastu Purusha are not broken and the appropriate things are placed in appropriate place. Now let's try to look into the few aspects of the consequences if we have the things inside the home placed not properly. Now, as we said, head of the Vastu Purusha, that is preferably supposed to be a living space. Means minimum furniture there. The head should be, not loaded with, any burden. Like, if we have some weight kept on our head, heavy weight, there'll be a lot of inconvenience. We cannot work, nicely if we have a lot of weight or burden kept on our head. So similarly, if the northeast portion of the home is light, having minimum furniture like open space living room or something like that, or maybe preferably a small temple, because in temple you generally don't keep a lot of paraphernalia, you just keep the deities. That is a preferable place. But if you construct the kitchen on the head in the northeast portion, what happens is whenever we ignite fire, and generally in typical homes, cooking happens. So if you cook once a day, twice a day, or 3 times a day, to the degree you cook, to that degree you are putting fire on the head of Vastu Purusha. And he reciprocates by putting fire in the heads of people who are utilizing that space. So if you are in a home, you'll see there'll be a lot of quarrels in the family where they have kitchen in the northeast. Natural consequences. Similarly, if they have, the temple, in the temple they have kitchen in the northeast, you'll be seeing a lot of quarrel among the devotees. In the whole community, there will be quarrels. Similarly, if you have, say for example, bathroom in the fiery area, southeast is supposed to be the area of fire. So if you put a bathroom there, that means you are pouring water on the fire. Fire does the job of creativity. Like when you have fire, you create the food. You can cook the different kinds of varieties of dishes. So fire represents creativity, and northwest also represents creativity. So especially women, when they spend time, ladies in the home, they spend time in the kitchen, they feel very comfortable and nice. They feel happy. And health also automatically improves. So fire is also a very crucial element in the body of all the human beings, including man and woman. Bathroom there represents the health issues, especially for women, but also for the male members. But typically, southeast bathroom means the women of the family will be very much adversely impacted, health-wise, and even mental stability would be very much troubled. So these are some of the consequences. Similarly, in the center of the home, which is supposed to be ethereal place, if you have a kitchen or a bathroom there, that creates, it's just like, if you have in the stomach, in the center of your home, if you have a lot of fire, it creates ulcers. And if you have, constipation, if you're not able to pass, then there are a lot of health issues. So similarly, in the Brahmastan, having kitchen or bathroom or the place is clogged, that also brings health related issues. and also financial issues. And Northeast, especially, is related to finances and overall health. Southeast is related to health, especially health of the ladies. Northwest is related to ladies and also the social relationships. So if somebody has a missing part there in the Northwest, some broken limb, as we discussed today, that could impact a person's social relationships, the relationships to the outside world, outside the home. And again, as we say, Southwest relates to overall stability. So among the priorities, topmost priority is always the head. There should be no problems near the northeast portion of the home. That means no missing portions, no bathrooms, no kitchens, preferably no staircase, and no missing portions as well. Next in the Vastu is considered the most important aspect is the feet of the Vastu Purusha, southwest portion. So first priority is northeast, second priority is southwest. And then of course, next is, northwest and southeast. They come in sequence. And Brahmastan, of course, actually the third priority is Brahmastan, and fourth is northwest, and fifth is southeast. So in this way, there are different priorities. Whenever we are selecting architecture or home design, we should keep these few things in mind. We will go into the practical aspects of it in the future videos. But this was just a brief introduction to the Vastu Mandala. I hope this really helps to some extent to understand the basic concepts, why the different things are located within a home at certain places. We'll go into further details in the forthcoming videos, and also in how it can be applied in our practical modern construction contexts. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.